I still have you in mind. We just haven't gotten ourselves organized yet.
Oh, cool. I'm excited.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
worries. Okay, perfect. I'll just wait a few minutes. Okay. Oh, hi. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, good.
Good. Sharon has to be off camera tonight, so I'll just be presenting in a couple minutes while everyone comes in. Actually, I might as well just start. Okay, okay, perfect. So I'm going to share my screen. I'll start. Just give me one moment. Okay. Okay. So today I wanted to talk about, why most physician courses fail before they launch and even sometimes after. So this is an accumulation of everything that we've learned working, with clients on their courses, their launches, and even some of their digital products like ebooks. But this is mainly for courses and what we've noticed in like trends and the funnels, what you guys need to be doing prior, during, and after launch. So this is once again introduction to how to build, successful full course sales funnel, what to include, and then of course anything more specific I'll be presenting like throughout the next few months. Okay. So yes, welcome to February's workshop. So courses are one of the most powerful ways of revenue. So we're going to be talking about, the impact tools, what you guys can be doing, and then obviously why most physician-led courses never sell, or they sell some and then it's crickets. That we will fix today with the workshop. So the hard truth about physician courses, now this is not just with physicians, this is with just anyone selling courses. There is an art, there's a strategy, a few different types of strategies, and finding the right one obviously is, finding the right puzzle piece, what fits best with your audience, what fits best with your goals, etc. But having expertise doesn't always mean like having a sellable course. You always need the strategies. Courses don't fail because the content is bad. They fail, because the system, the funnels, the automation, the strategy is missing. Marketing and delivery matter just as much as what you teach in the curriculum. So why this matters is courses create scalable impact. As you know, you can reach way more patients, way more families in the United States, around the world. And then it protects your time and energy. It allows you to teach beyond one-on-one work and coaching, and gives you that, evergreen choice if you can't always commit to the one-on-one coaching in addition to your practice, etc. And it helps you build authority outside the clinical medicine and your practice. So one of the biggest mistakes, treating a course like an event, one-time event. Now, that means a lot of physicians, go in super excited, we get everything all set up. They only do one launch, and then they expect it to start and continue just with that one launch. And I like to tell my clients, in the beginning and also during launch period, the initial launch is great. It's like a beta test in a sense, because we're seeing what types of funnels, attract which types of audiences, and which funnels you get the most flow, the most income, the most email in. And so,
Look at what?
one launch, doesn't always equal a business, automation business, evergreen revenue. So you have to be consistent. So a course must live beyond launch week. Sustainable courses are systems, not just one moments in time. And that's a huge misconception. with teaching, courses and digital products and the funnels for the physicians. And then mistake number 1, I'm going to be going through a few different mistakes and things that you can do in a few different funnels. But these are the most common mistakes that I've seen, whether the clients come to me and already have launched or, throughout the years that we've found out through the different launches in the different niches and the different products. So only doing launch week, social media. Now, posting intensely just for 7 days, going crickets before, going crickets after. Hold on real quick. I'm not sure who has the microphone on, but will you mute, please? I'm not sure. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so posting intensely for 7 days on social media, crickets before, crickets after, that's a definite mistake because a lot of your leads, a lot of your emails, a lot of your clients and future patients come from social media. Obviously, not all of them come from social media, but that is a funnel. It's one river stream of income of, funnel, one funnel out of multiple. Having silence and not, nurturing your social media or your online presence, doing different things, is a mistake. And it's a big one. But obviously, you don't need to be doing 7 days a week for the next year. It definitely helps. And it helps it grow quicker and faster. But you can have a sustainable social media schedule. Like, you don't have to burn yourself out. As long as you're consistent throughout the months. And that can even look like 3 times a week, just 3 scheduled posts. And then whenever you feel like it, post a video, and that is good. It takes a little bit longer with strategies, but it's good to still be consistent. You're showing up and building your online presence. Anyways, audiences need the repetition and the reminders, especially during like launch seasons. So I like to call launch season rather than just 1 week. Yeah, it's the initial week, you break out, you share your course, but it's really truly a launch season. What you do before that week, during that week, and the few weeks after, and even few months after. So visibility must start months before launch, and that is, through podcast interviews, etc. And I'll go through that. And then also through, online social media. Mistake number 2, only running launch week ads. So another funnel that helps, bring the ROI and helps you grow passive income is through, Meta ads and Google ads, TikTok ads. I would do Meta ads and Google ads over TikTok ads unless you have a really big audience on TikTok. So only running launch week ads, it's great because you're getting all the metrics, you're testing it out, and you're building your Meta and your Google algorithms. So it is good to start. But the more you do ads, the more the algorithm favors you, just like social media posting. So the more you do ads also, perfects it to where you can know this is the type of ad campaign that I can do, and I can just replicate it for future launches and other products. So having ads, without an audience warmth, rarely converts. Audience warmth is, them knowing you, you being consistent online. Cold traffic to a paid course is expensive. So you definitely want to do other things in addition to your ads, and you want to keep doing the ads. And the ads algorithm helps bring a cold audience to a more warm audience by showing the ads to them throughout the weeks and months. And then finally, they just cave in and buy it. So ads should support the funnel, not replace one. So mistake number 3, once launch, so one launch and then crickets. So obviously, physicians, you have a super busy schedule with clinic, families, side businesses, etc. So, launching once a month, no. What I like to tell clients and what seems to work really well I do have clients that do one launch per quarter, one launch per business quarter. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And then I have clients who do twice a year too. And then do like a special holiday promotion. Those work well too, but they consistently bring attention and do these tactics and strategies and try different pricing tiers. And those are the ones that seem to, build the heavier income throughout the years. So, you want to plan that this isn't your only launch when you first launch your course. This is just your first launch. And this is like a beta baby where you just read all the metrics and learn so that your next launch can be even better and optimize more leads, more purchases. So, assuming that no one wants this course or getting, those types of negative thoughts in your head is not good because it will just affect the way you present the course through your content, through your videos, through your presence, your interviews, your PR, etc. So you want to go in and, be realistic and say, hey, whatever I make, however many I sell is great. And then I'll just continue to build off that. Instead of saying like, I'm not going to make any sales and like focus on the negative, because then, that just puts it out and it can reflect things back. But you just want to go in positive and see it as a puzzle, fixing the puzzle pieces and refining it each time. And then, yes, successful courses are refined over time. So most courses sell better on launch 2 through 4, what I've noticed. So, except for a few courses that did really well on their first launch too, but they had really good audience sizes on all their platforms and good email list. But the more like the people who are just starting out on their online presence and building it, especially with their social media and their email lists, expect, to have that slower growth, sometimes fast, but your growth at launch 2 through 4 to really get those sales in, because that's when you're learning too. Mistake number 4. So no audience nurturing. Now, the whole point of social media is to connect and build relationships, build networking relationships, and build, relationships with future patients and people who, like peers, and so you want to nurture your audience, whether they are your peers or future patients, future sales. Not having an email list and not having regular communication, not having that relationship before asking for a sale, big no, because you will get comments and you will get people being like, oh, she only posts when she wants to sell something. And that's not good. So trust is built before launch, not during. So mistake number 5, no lead generators. And, as you learn your audience and the way the different funnels, etc., you will know like which lead generators really work for you and your business. So not having a free entry point, like a downloadable freebie, not having a way to collect emails, like, a ManyChat DM automation, or a webinar, just a webinar on one of the topics that you love teaching about that relates to a product that you're going to make. Not having warm-up content, so just launching and then posting it on your social media, and then they're like, what is this? Not having that will be a mistake. And then so the lead magnets fuel every successful course and also fuel social media growth as well, and purchases and your sales. You always want to have lead magnets. You always want to offer free, things that people can download, that people can sign up for, that people can watch, in addition to this paid course. Mistake 6, not promoting on podcasts or collaborations. Now, obviously, it's okay if you start doing this after your launch. That's totally fine. But, I've noticed real success has come when clients have begun collaborating on IG and Facebook Lives, on YouTube Lives, on podcasts, them interviewing others or them being interviewed themselves, being able to share about these topics that are in their course really does help. And, if you don't do this, you won't be able to have that borrowed audience. So being able to promote, your thought leadership, your specialty, your expertise on other people's platforms, that is a true key to be able to do that. Visibility multiplies when you collaborate and network. It's all about relationships. And mistake 7, not testing the topic first. Now, building a full course in isolation where, you don't have a social media presence, you just start the course without setting up anything, can make it take longer, especially if you don't run ads. But this is a mistake because you really want to look in the forums, ask your audience, create content and share it with your audience and see what types of contents your audiences like and prefer. Especially this, you can also test in your lead magnets, creating like mini e-guides on 2 different topics of 2 different courses that you are interested in, and see how many emails you can grab, how many people, engage with it, comment, send you messages about it. The one that has the most over like a period of time that you decide, obviously is a great topic to sell an actual course on. So this is just, you want to test it around, do your research before, and have that validation. Mistake 8, not offering enough value. So, I'm sure you have seen, ads and posts on online courses that you've bought yourself. I sure have. I've learned so many different specific things that I can implement in my own business by learning from other people's courses and even in my own health. And so, but one way I decide, and a lot of other people do too, is, okay, how much value am I getting for this huge price, or this smaller price? And, the courses that, not only market really well, but offer so much value in addition to the video modules, like extra workbooks, extra mini courses, etc., like bundling for like a lower price. Like that's what gets me, and that's what gets a lot of other people too. So just making sure you have a lot of value to give in the launch week and after, if you do holiday promotions, etc., because that will help people buy it even quicker, is, to see, oh, you get like 3 extra guides in addition to this course, etc. So you want to be able to incorporate the downloads, the resources, the support. They want outcomes, not just information. And then, so examples of high value course add-ons that you can include that have done really well: downloadable PDFs of, your slideshows, of resources, of journaling where they can write and reflect, worksheets, checklists. You want audio clips as well. That's great for the audio learners. And then adding like replays for the webinars, having them sign up, or include replays of past webinars in your course. And people obviously have not signed up for those, and they're like, oh, wow, we get free 3 replays in this course in addition. That's always good too. Templates, bonus trainings, and those types of things. Mistake number 9, not creating content on the course topic. So this has happened on a few audits that I've done, where I go in and audit the funnels of why, courses aren't working. Well, one of the mistakes I notice is they don't post anything about the course on their social media. It's just complete opposite topics. And I'm, a little puzzled, because you want to be able to share on your social media, because that will be a huge part of, people sharing this course and finding your course. So you definitely want to create content on the course topics. You You want the educational posts. You know, like the clients that, you know, came to me, I did audits, like they didn't have educational posts. They didn't have the thought leadership that positioned them in, you know, that position of authority that they can be selling this course and teaching you. They didn't have storytelling around the problem, which is really good for marketing and strategy for your content. Your content should naturally lead to your course, so people want to buy it. And then mistake 10, poor visibility and linking. So not having the link in your bio. Surprisingly, this was a huge common mistake that I saw when people came to me, which was surprising. Because you want to nurture, you want to have your link in all your platforms, your Substack, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You want it everywhere. You want your course, sales, product links, and every platform that you have. Even on your podcasts, at the links at the bottom in your show notes. You know, not having a website page specific to your course, that's a real bad mistake, because you want a place where you drive the traffic to, and then, you know, where they sell it. No consistent reminders, you know, so they, once again, one launch and then nothing else. And then they're like, oh, you even have a course? So just always consistently putting reminders, like in your posts, your emails, you know, webinars, etc. You know, if it's hard to find, it won't sell. So you want to make sure visibility is key. No evergreen funnel. And this is huge. This is, you know, what I love to do for clients is build their funnels and courses. But not having an evergreen funnel. Like, you want to make a passive income, you want to make money while you sleep, you need to have an evergreen funnel. That could be the ads, that could be the webinar replay where they watch the webinar and go into your email list. And then the email nurture sequence, you know, takes them on like a week long, every few days, email talking and leading them to the course, you know, that type of funnel. And then you want to make sure that it is automated and set up correctly so that, you know, you don't have to be constantly active in it, because this will help you and optimize your time. So income stops when promotion stops. So basically continuing to promote and talk and having that visibility and, you know, throughout the year, you just always want to make sure you continually remind people, yeah, you created a course over here. And here's a webinar, you know, to get your toes, you know, wet to see if the course would be good for you. So you always want to promote that evergreen funnel and your course. And they create the stability that you need to sell. And then mistake 12, no consistent launch cadence. So no quarterly launches, no relaunch strategy, no seasonal planning. Repetition builds momentum, like I've been saying. Mistake 13, skipping holidays and promo sales. You definitely want to, you know, capitalize on like Memorial Day, Christmas, Black Friday. Of course, like with ads, doing ads, you have to remember Meta and I'm sure Google, you know, favor the billion-dollar companies that put out hundreds of thousands of dollars in ads per day. So it can be slower on certain holiday days, but it doesn't mean you're not going to get any sales. You should still go for it and, you know, promote during holiday and have those promo sales. And especially like back to school as well, that helps as well. If you're a pediatrician, you know, pediatric rheumatology, pediatric dermatologist, etc. And then mistake 14, pricing too high with no audience. And as much as, you know, you want to get that $3,000 course or $5,000 course, you want to make sure you have an audience. You want to make sure you have an online presence before you continue to raise your prices. You know, it's always good to start launch week with like an early bird price, cheaper price, and then, you know, each launch raise it. And, you know, just try throughout the year different pricing tiers to see what your audience likes and prefers. But doing like a high ticket, like $3,000 course and you have no social media, it'll be a little bit more challenging. of course, it's not impossible to make sales, but it'll just be more challenging and stressful and disappointing, because you want to have that high ticket with trust and the proof of concept, and obviously the social proof you want to have on the website, the social media, your emails, even in the webinar. And then pricing must match audience readiness. So that's where researching your audience comes in helpful as well. Like the income of, like the chronic illness, like fibromyalgia, they're all on disability. So having a $3,000 course, they're not going to buy. But having 99 course with a few extra add-ins, they might buy. And then just building it up and seeing and testing. But if you have a lower priced course in that type of community, you'll sell more courses and then you'll make more money. So it's just all strategy and research on everything. So mistake 15, no online audience before launch. So yeah, like I was saying, no email list, minimal social presence, no warm leads, and audience building must come first. And that's with social media, that's with building your list. And you can build your list in different ways. And then what actually makes a course convert? So many different things. And sometimes it's different for each client, just depending on, how they run their business and how their online presence is. But these pillars are the continued consistent keys of actually converting people to buy your course. And that's clear transformation in the copy and what you say, and how you get people from A to B, having that warm audience, having that repeated visibility, like I was mentioning, multiple entry points, different funnels, ads, email list, ManyChat through Instagram, even having, over here, Substack, or your podcast. Multiple entry points, systems that run consistently and that flow all together nicely in an automated way. And that those keys have really helped clients become successful in their courses. So proven course sales funnels overview. This is just a few quick ones. So evergreen funnels, live launches, hybrid models, that's live and, pre-recorded. Best courses use more than one, but evergreen, pre-recorded, and selling it passive, that one does really well too. But trying different things and doing different courses to see what your audience likes also helps. So funnel 1, evergreen webinar. So free webinar to get them to email list sign up, automated that webinar for the funnel. And then you send the email follow-up sequence and then course enrollment. So that's a top one. Another top one is having your lead magnet, email nurture in your course. Lead magnet is downloading that freebie guide. That has to do with your course. Free download, educational email sequence, soft promotion, and then ongoing evergreen sales. Funnel 3, if you have a podcast or you get interviewed in a podcast, this can work for both. But the podcast content on the course topic, your call to action is to download your free resource to learn more and connect with you. And then it nurtures in the email and leads to course promotion. Funnel 4, social media, free training course. So educational posts in your social media brings them to lives, collaborations, like Instagram Live, Facebook Live, collaborations with other doctors or other, specialists in your niche. Free masterclass, follow-up emails, and enrollment. When you have a larger audience, you can charge for that masterclass and get payments through that. But when you're just starting out, I would recommend free masterclasses. Funnel 5, beta launch, evergreen. So having like a small beta group, and you can do this through marketing, or not marketing, you can do this through networking, like through your groups, your physician groups, having like small beta groups, and then getting their feedback, testimonials, and then you refine the content, and then you transition to the evergreen sales. And then sustainable course launch strategy. So build an audience first. You want to test the topic. You want to have a beta launch. You don't need one, but if you want, the beta launches help, and even just sending it to like your colleagues. If you don't have like a huge beta launch, that's fine. But if you want to send it to a few colleagues or send it to people in your niche, like other competitors, but who do something a little bit different, who will share it on their platform, that's always good. And you can do that during the beta launch. And then you can, in exchange, get testimonials, feedback, or them sharing it to their list or their platform. So there's so many things you could do with that. And then quarterly launches or twice a year with a holiday, and then having that evergreen funnel set up or multiple funnels. And then, like I said, seasonal promotions. So those are really good strategies to start with. And then, of course, how I help. I have my email on the bottom here. And if you have questions about any of this, please email me. I love answering you guys' questions. But I also, excuse my dog in the background. I also love, helping you with the course strategy and that validation. So I can do, discovery calls with you. I can help with your funnel setup, email marketing, launch planning, social media, evergreen systems, build your course, and ongoing support throughout. I can do all of that for you and my team as well. And we love doing it. So courses don't fail because physicians aren't smart. Obviously, you guys are one of the smartest groups in the world. They fail because systems are missing, and that's the strategies and automations and these funnels, and then the online presence. But with the right structure and strategy that we listed, your course can definitely sell, and it can even have you quit your clinic job and just do this full time. And I've had 2 clients now do that, and it's wild to me. So don't give up hope. And then here, once again, my email. And then if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I just got to find you guys. There we go. Yes. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you can't think of any tonight, don't worry. You can always email me. Oh, hi. Hi, Martina. Oh, okay. Let me find your, did you put it in the chat or are you just raising your hand?
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to. Do you only want raising questions?
Oh, yeah. Ask questions. How are you?
I'm good. It's so good to see you. I just spotted your presentation tonight. I'm like, I have to see what's going on. So my question, it's not refined yet, but basically, when you like out of all these mistakes, like it seems overwhelming given all the things I have to do. But like if you were to narrow it, like, so I have my theme, I have some audience, I have an email list. And I'm not shy to go out and promote any topic. I go on social media, but I do struggle with going to right now I decided on Facebook because it felt too overwhelming to go to both TikTok and Instagram. Would you say that is that something that I should change? Like I used to have, I think, around 10,000 followers on Instagram. Like I don't have that many on Facebook, but I feel most home at Facebook. Like, would you say that it's something I should overcome and go on Instagram more, or should I just focus on Facebook and try to be regular there and also nurture my email audience or email list with emails and newsletters? Like, what would you?
For you specifically, because I know your social media history, your audience is all on Instagram and TikTok. And that's how a lot of like your videos and posts went viral. I mean, you grew so fast in such a short time. Like people loved seeing you, listening to you, seeing your face and everything you talked about. But the thing, like I mentioned earlier, as we learned, as I learned throughout the years, like the fibromyalgia chronic pain community is like mostly on disability or like, Medicare, like they don't pay a lot for these extra tools. So you want to, once again, reduce price, but I think you should do, I mean, of course, stay at Facebook. You love Facebook, but I would start doing the ManyChat DM automation on your Instagram, and then create that freebie, like use one of your webinars if you still have the recordings, or just do a new one and use the evergreen webinar to send out through like an email.
Okay.
And they'll like comment on your post, and then they'll trade your email. So
Really? Okay.
yeah, ManyChat. And so they'll comment on your post asking for the free webinar because you've done so many, you're so good at it. Or if you want to just do like a free download guide, and then they trade their email for getting on your list, and then it sends them the webinar or the.
Okay, and this is on
That's
on
Instagram.
Instagram. What is the
Instagram.
feature? What's the name of the feature? I'm sorry.
Sorry, what?
What is the name of the feature? You said it's
ManyChat, ManyChat. You can connect it with Facebook as well.
Okay.
And so I would say that because that's so automated already, so you don't have to like worry. You just pick
Okay.
a few different posts that you put on there, and then you promote it, and then they just sign up. They'll build your list, and it'll grow your Instagram and Facebook again. And then TikTok, I would just go back on because they absolutely loved you on TikTok, and just continue to like teach them. Eventually, for you, if you get that traction again and go back on, to try the TikTok ads because you have a larger audience.
Okay.
But for you, try doing the Instagram and TikTok, just because I know your people were there, and there's a lot of groups like fibromyalgia, chronic pain groups on Instagram that reached out on your first course launch, that wanted to like share it and share the course with their members. So also collaborating, like
Okay.
a really big thing is like searching on your Instagram, like all the fibromyalgia groups, all the fibromyalgia or chronic pain, or if you're, going to do it on something else, look up, that word, and then find accounts, and then, like their posts, comment on them, just for like a couple weeks, and then get in conversations, and then like collaborate, do an IG live, and then they'll want to share
Okay.
they'll want to share your course. And you can do that through Facebook too. But I just know your audience is on Instagram and TikTok.
May I have one follow-up question about Instagram? I don't want to take time from others, but I was curious about, I have two, by complete coincidence, I have two Instagram accounts, which I think might have been a reason why I have been avoiding it, because it feels overwhelming. So one of them is like the Fibro Queen, and it's more like personal, and the other is more officially sounding Dr. Martina Ziegenbein. I think you helped me create that. And I can't remember which one had more followers, but should I try to merge them? Is it even possible, or should I just eliminate one of them?
I mean, you don't need to eliminate one of them. You just keep one private, like with your friends, families, and stuff.
Okay.
And then Dr. Martina Ziegenbein, which is connected with your TikTok, how they know that brand.
Okay.
I would continue doing that one. Plus, you have like 10K plus people already on there. And they're like the OGs, because this was years ago, before like random Instagram bots would come in. But Meta's been doing really good about deleting these random spam bots. But your audience is like real on Instagram, and I would go to that profile, and then you can just keep your other one just for private, personal things. But for like marketing your practice, as well as your products, do the more professionals seeing you as the physician, but also explaining your journey. That's one of your keys, is your journey through fibromyalgia. Like, that's why people loved you so much, is because you were sharing, your journey and the struggles you were going through, but you were also sharing like the medical, like this is real life, what you need to know from a medical professional side. So like having that duality really helps physicians do well.
And you think I can just jump right back in? Because
Oh yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you're gonna have to do posts. I would do
Right.
videos and some static carousels, definitely videos, and then just do like updates of promoting your practice and what you've learned in this practice. What, but also like post themes that have to do with your course throughout, if that makes
Okay.
sense, like topics.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I may reach out to you again. Thank you so much
Oh
for
yeah,
all
of course.
for the presentation. I think I missed the first 10 minutes. I was trying to get on and I couldn't
Oh,
figure
no.
out how. But this
Oh.
was really helpful, and I appreciate so much
Yay.
this free consulting. And
Oh yeah.
you're amazing for doing this, and I'm so happy about your success, Taylor. I'm truly
Oh, thank
happy
you.
for you and grateful for your presentation.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you. Yeah, reach out. I'll answer any more questions you have.
Anybody else? Hey, Taylor, thanks so much for doing this. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Any other questions?
Oh, hey, 1 second. I'm on camera.
Hey,
Hi.
Katie.
Oh,
How are
yeah.
you? I love the hat. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cute.
I just got home. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this. I think I missed the first 15 minutes, but I mean, my name is Dr. Yalora. I do night shift lifestyle, night
Oh.
shift wellness,
Yep. Very cool.
obesity. Yeah. So it's something that is kind of novel, and
Mhm.
so I mean, the challenges with it is, like you mentioned, there's a lot on social media. It keeps changing the algorithm. It's like a full-time job.
Yeah.
Building it, and then when you try to use AI takes you like I mean, it keeps giving you so many prompts and pushing out so much material, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, are you doing carousels? Are you trying to make a line for an Instagram? Are you trying to make something punchy? So
Yeah.
my question for you now is, I know you talked about, but that's something that I'm actually thinking that I need to like set up.
Yeah.
So I think that's about the best way to get emails.
Yes.
How do you link that? How is that something that you need somebody who's techie, or is that something that
It would be helpful.
yeah.
It would be helpful because one of the things that I've noticed with all the clients throughout the years, it's just too much to learn a whole system of like integration, automation, in addition to everything else you guys are doing. So it really does help sourcing that out to someone who knows and it specializes in like digital products and the funnels for them. But even like connecting ManyChat, like if that's all you need help with, connecting ManyChat and that email funnel, I have packages for that too. Like I've helped clients just set up their email list, set up and design their download freebies, connect it through ManyChat in their posts, like and then they go along their way. But it really does help to get it set up and have different tools, whether it is like AI tools or like your evergreen funnels, just to have that so that you don't have to worry. But it's more technical to explain how you link everything. But
Yeah.
but if you have like more specific questions like that, just email me and I'm happy to like help you navigate.
Yeah, I'd like to connect with you after this, please. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I'll put my email in the chat again. I think that goes to everyone.
Okay. I got it.
Perfect. Yeah. But yeah, all the automation with AI, there's so much. It's ridiculous. Like, and it's not just like one AI for one topic. They make multiple systems and update it for one thing. And it's like Gemini, ChatGPT, all these different things. And it's like, which one do you use that, is reliable and truthful, and also which one is less complicated. And it's a lot. It's an interesting world we live in right now, but there are certain AI tools and programs that like I've had clients use or train me in, or I've trained them in, and that we've found have been really helpful, for different projects, not just courses and funnels. So there are things out there. But if you have like specific questions with that, I can definitely guide you in the right direction.
Oh, yeah, I'll need that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for doing this.
Your
Oh,
website is
please.
beautiful, Taylor. I was looking over it. It's beautiful.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank-
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, I really do appreciate when people are very, honest about what
Yeah.
the work that goes into this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got to get it right, and it's a whole
Yeah.
lot of work and reading and writing
Yeah.
and copy. I don't know, but but I think the process makes you it's part of the story, right? Part of the transformation and all that. But thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's definitely a key what you said. Just going through the process and the journey. It's fun. I love doing it with all these clients because it's so interesting because not one person who's come to me in, the last 5 years or so has had like the same business. Like they could be in the same, like rheumatologists, but it's like completely different, like pediatric rheumatology, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, rheumatology. It's just crazy because it's also so fun to learn all the different ins and outs of all your guys' businesses and see what really works and if there's trends between all your businesses and your specialties. So I love it. It's fun and it's great to like go on this journey with you guys because it is a lot of work, and building courses and having funnels, you definitely need a team. You need people to help you. You can do it yourself, but it's so much work that you'll feel so burnt out and you won't enjoy it. You'll lose the joy. And, one of the purposes of you guys is being able to help, other patients and help other physicians. And that's just part of your calling that you guys have in your passion, your heart. And when you're burnt out from all this tech stuff, it's so sad to see like physicians who are so burnt out because it's like your story is amazing. Like I believe in your story and who you are. And it's like, you need help. You need someone to just come and do all this crap that you like to do and you'll just be set up.
That's true.
So yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm going to be talking to more in March, more specifically on the funnels. Like today you got example funnels of what's worked with courses, but posting, like the title, posting isn't a business model. So it's like why every physician needs a funnel along with like their social media and then easy funnels for you guys to begin with. So that's my next topic for next month. And I think that will be really helpful because that's a main question that I get is like, what's just an easy, simple thing that I can set up or, get started on right away. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys, if there's no further questions, thank you very much, Taylor. There'll be a replay. It'll come out Sunday in our newsletter. I actually had another appointment that came up suddenly with my daughter. So Taylor ran this perfectly tonight. So honestly, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And
Thank
I'm
you
so
so
glad
much.
that you guys were able to get something out of this. And yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a beautiful week.
We will. Thanks, Taylor. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Sharon.